Hi there, YouTube. It is going to be 99 degrees today, so I thought a good video would be harvesting some mint and show you guys how I keep it contained in the ground, as well as 4 different ways I use my mint. I feel like people feel like whenever they have a mint plant, there's just too much mint because mint is highly prolific. If you have one mint plant, it will give you enough mint for your entire family. Most people don't use as much mint as I do, but I have stomach problems and I also get joint pain, and mint is incredible for both of those things. So I find myself going through a lot of mint. These massive sunflowers, I have my mint patch right here. It goes all the way back, and this is peppermint. It has been in the ground for 3 years, and it has not spread at all into either bed on either side. As you guys can see, there's nothing growing on this side. I mean, I have stuff growing up over the bed, but not in the bed. And this is the time I make sure to harvest it, because if you let this creep, if it hits the ground, it will put off roots and it will just keep spreading. And I'll show you guys the other side too. There's nothing there. There's some weeds, but there is no mint on this side as well. The only place that is creeped out is right here, which is so ironic because that is where this board does not meet this board. I'm not exactly sure why that's this way, but it is. And as you guys can see, the mint has creeped out right here, which is not a big deal at all. It has done this every single year, and literally all I do to control it is pluck it off. Literally, that's it. It doesn't come back. If it does, it's not very much. It is never, ever spread beyond this little area right here because I keep it in check. Truly, I think mint gets a bad reputation because of the way that it spreads. It spreads by an underground rhizome, so it will just spread and spread and spread so long as there is even somewhat fertile soil. But there are tons of ground covers that creep over the ground and literally just cover the ground. That's exactly what I would consider mint, except it's a little bit aggressive. As long as you, the gardener, are able to stay on top of that, I don't think there's any problem planting mint in the ground. And so long as you have some borders to where that mint is going to go. Mine has been in the ground for 3 years, and like I said, it is only creeped out where the border is separated. That's all. Now, I can't guarantee this will be the experience for everyone. If your zone maybe has more hospitable conditions for mint, maybe it will spread even further. But in my zone 5B in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado, it stays confined so long as I have borders on it. Don't let me be the person who told you go plant mint in the ground. Like, I feel like it's like the #1 gardener rule to not do that, but I'm somebody who does not like to be told what to do, and I had a use for a lot of mint. So I did that, and you can do what you will with that information. If you have a lot of land, you need to cover a lot of space, mint is a great one. Or if you have somewhere where you can keep it confined and you're willing to risk it, or willing to at least keep on top of it, you can go ahead and try mint out. What I will say is I've never been mad at that plant. I enjoy harvesting it every single time. It smells amazing. And like I said, I'll show you guys a couple ways I use it. Also, I got distracted because my first floret zinnias opened. I don't know. I kind of see the iridescent coloring, but maybe it's because it's the first couple zinnias. I do notice that whenever you plant zinnias, the first couple ones are a little bit not as developed and not as full. So we'll let the plants go and hope for the best, but I can't say that I'm too impressed right now. Oh yeah, and the other way mint can spread is it can develop flower heads, kind of like that one right there. I've let these bloomed all the way out. So long as you don't let them dry up, they will not drop seed, but you do want to cut your mint back before it drops seed because that's another way that it can spread. So let's harvest a bunch of mint, and then I'll show you guys my ways of using it. When harvesting mint, there's really no rules. You can cut this down as far back as you want to. As you guys can see, there's a patch right here that I cut back down really, really hard, and it's already got new sprouts growing out of it. So harvest as much as you want. I'm gonna harvest a lot because we're gonna be using this quite a few different ways today, and I need a lot for it. And there we have a whole basket full of mint. Oh my gosh, having this mint right here smells like absolute heaven. Before we go inside, I'm gonna go cut some dahlias for our first use for mint. My goodness, the dahlias are beautiful. I'm really just now starting to get a bunch of different kinds. So exciting. Look how pretty. One of my favorite ways to use mint is in flower arrangements. First off, it adds smell, which is amazing. People are always so shocked when my flower arrangements have herbs in them because they're like, wow, this smells so good. I also feel like foliage is the element that a lot of cut flower gardeners miss when they're first starting out and adding to their arrangements that makes them look so much more professional. I think it's because at flower shops and grocery stores, most of the flower arrangements you're gonna find also have foliage in them, or at least the big ones do. And so it just screams luxury when you have a little bit of green in there with the flowers. It's just that little extra something. You can definitely give somebody just flowers, but flowers with foliage is a full flower arrangement. Yeah, but I think this arrangement turned out really, really pretty, and all I used was hydrangeas, dahlias, and a little bit of mint, and I think it looks really, really nice and professional. The incredible hydrangeas add just a little bit of sparkle. We have the foliage, and then we have our show flower, which are the dahlias. The only thing I'm a little disappointed with is that this was supposed to be a cafe au lait dahlia. And if anybody knows anything about dahlias, that is definitely not cafe au lait. So a little disappointed about that, but it does make for a striking arrangement, I'm not gonna lie. Also, mint has an amazing vase life, so this will probably root in the vase. Literally, that's normally what happens, or it just ends up drying, but it takes a really long time. You'll at least get 10 days out of your mint in vases, which is amazing vase life. Another favorite way I love to use mint is to make mint tea. The first thing you really need to do is just rinse off your leaves because you don't want any bugs or any dirt in your tea. Not that I find many bugs in my mint. Mint is a natural pest repellent, so you really do not find much in your mint at all, but I always rinse it just to be safe, particularly if you're gonna use it for a food purpose. I have my little tea strainer right here, and all you have to do is fill it up with the mint. You can use the stem, you can use the leaves, you can use everything. All of that is good in your tea. So just kind of crumple it up and I just shove it in and I just densely pack this container. Then I bring it to a boil, let that boil for about 5 minutes, and then I take it off the heat and you can enjoy. And by mashing this up and smushing it down, you're kind of releasing all of that peppermint oil. This is peppermint, by the way. It's my favorite type of mint. Mint is all packed in there. That's as much as I can fit in there, which I like to do the absolute max because I have a lot of peppermint. That's the luxury. You could also dry this out and use this later if you wanted to save this for the winter time, which I've done before, and that works out just as well. But if you have access to fresh peppermint, if you've never had fresh mint tea, you're missing out. And we'll just let that sit and boil and then come back and we'll try it. All right, I think our mint tea is cooled enough to where we can try it. All right, cheers you guys. It's so good. I love mint tea. Peppermint tea is literally my favorite tea. I don't drink any other type of tea. Peppermint is the only one I drink, literally. There's something about it that is so refreshing. I like it hot. I like it cold. It's just really, really nice. And I gave up soda this year, so this has actually been kind of my way to have a little bit of flavoring in some of my beverages without feeling guilty about it. It's nice before bed, it's super relaxing, and the biggest benefit is it is super good for your digestive tract. So if you have any type of inflammation in your stomach or digestive lining, this stuff is really, really good for it. This is also really good for cramps or anything like that. Truly, it's what I drink any single time I'm having like any type of stomach pain, which for me is kind of often. So peppermint tea is like my way of life, literally. And it's not like other teas where it has like a super herbal flavor. Literally, this just has a strong peppermint flavor. You almost feel like you're drinking like water with a peppermint dissolved in it. Like if you put a peppermint candy in it, literally that's how it tastes, except it's not very sweet. But I enjoy it so, so much, and I think you guys will too. If you've never had peppermint tea, try it. Another way I like to use mint is in the shower. If you just grab a bundle of this, grab some twine, or I have some wire right here. Just tie this super duper tight and hang it right above your shower head and let it drape down. When I say it makes the most spa-like experience ever, it literally makes the most spa-like experience ever. I do this sometimes when I have guests over and they're always like, wow, that was so nice. And it's just like kind of a little bit of extra something that adds like some luxury to your life, you know, but it's so cheap and easy. And then all I do is just literally tie this to my shower head and I just leave it there. It normally will last about 3 to 5 days in your shower, and it just makes it so nice. Like if you ever have a congested nose, it helps you breathe better. If you have any type of muscle aches or headaches, it really helps relieve tension. It is so, so nice and such an easy way to use up your mint. And the final way I like to use mint is in the bath. I like to fill up a strainer with as much mint as I can fit in it, and I run it under the hottest bath water I can absolutely run to almost make a mint tea bath. Alternatively, you could put this in cheesecloth and just let it sit inside of your bathtub, kind of like a tea bag, but I just like this method because then you don't have to keep buying cheesecloth. I like to add more than what the basket can actually hold in there because it will wilt down in just a second. And then you can kind of mash it all into the strainer. And our mint bath is complete, and you guys can see it did wilt down quite a bit. And as you guys can see, the mint turns the water green, so it's literally like a tea bath, which is so neat. And when I say this is the most relaxing thing after a day gardening, it is the most relaxing thing ever. The benefits of a mint bath are, one, it can help with depression or elevating your mood. Mint automatically has like an uplifting experience to people when they smell it, so it kind of helps with depression. But the reason that I really use it is because it helps so much with joint pain and like achy body feeling. This is the absolute best, in particular if you add some Epsom salt to it. I like melt in this bath. I don't want to get out. Obviously, you're gonna want to wait for this bath water to cool a little bit because you're gonna have run it at the hottest setting, but once it cools, it's ready to enjoy. Also, some people have a reaction to peppermint. So I would say kind of test this out. Maybe dip your hand in the water, let it sit there for 5 minutes, see if you feel any type of reaction, because some people find it to be irritating to the skin, but it actually has clarifying benefits. It's astringent, so it actually clarifies your skin, making it clearer, and just kind of helps naturally clean the skin a little bit more. I've also heard that women can have a problem with peppermint baths. For obvious reasons, they can have a little bit of burning. So yeah, I don't know if it's the best thing for women either, but I personally enjoy it so much, and I have read online that some women actually really enjoy this as well. So I guess it's kind of a personal preference thing. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below and let me know how you use your mint. Oh yeah, fifth bonus way I use mint is mojitos, which everyone knows what a mojito is, the mint alcoholic drink. Those are really, really nice and refreshing during the summertime and a super nice way to use up your mint. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys around for whatever video I come up with for next time. I'm about to hop into this mint bath. Bye guys.